Repeat after me. Dead, on the inside.
On the inside.
You may be seated.
Amen.
Dead on the inside. That is a phrase that means you are depressed. Dead on the inside means that you are so depressed that you just stop caring anymore. You're in a slump. You're in a rut. You're burned out. You're just plain tired. When we've given everything to a ministry, and yet we see little change, it often makes us feel a little dead inside. Y'all gonna preach with me? I'm gonna be done soon. When we serve on the usher board and have been faithful and committed to the task, you've organized the floor movements. You've bought uniforms and pens and gloves and have had constructive meetings. But when you get to church, none of your ushers are there. It makes you feel a little dead on the inside. When you sing in the choir, you studied music and you've attended rehearsals and you've gotten your choir roll clean and ready, and after you arrive, you realize the choir's not singing because they didn't show up. It makes you feel a little dead. Y'all gonna preach with me? On the inside. When you plan a dinner for the church and you spent time smoking meat, carving it up, placing it on a pan, and you're so impressed with it that you know that the saints are going to love it. But when you get there, the people that were supposed to bring the sides don't show up to church that day. It make you kind of feel dead on the inside. And this is for us pastors here. When you studied and prepared a sermon for God's people, and you can't wait to get to church to preach it, it's just bubbling up inside. It came straight from heaven. You proofread it twice, and you know just how to lay it out. But when you start preaching, people start walking. You look up and people are playing on their phone. It makes you a little dead.
Say that again.
Makes you a little dead on the inside.
Come on, repeat that.
And to you wonderful musicians and directors, when you've worked with a choir, you vigorously go over parts. Make sure everyone knows what to sing. Make sure the musicians know what to play. And then when it's time to perform, everything just falls apart. Musicians, do I have a witness? It makes you feel a little dead on the inside. What do you mean when you say that you are dead on the inside? It relates to working for the Lord and being disappointed. What I mean is the joy, the excitement, the fervor, the drive slowly begins to dissipate from you because of all the disappointments. Why is this? It is because we are dependent on people to make our labor a success. We're waiting on others to feel worthwhile. You see, we are focusing on how our labor is connected to others. We give too much attention to the things being perfect in order for us to feel that we've served the Lord effectively. You're in for a rude awakening, baby. Because the truth is, nobody really cares about your spirit but you. If you preach with me, I'm going to finish here. Nobody really cares about your relationship with God but you. So therefore, people will disappoint you. People will always disappoint while you're serving. So if you base your service to the Lord on people, then you have effectively killed your anointing. Everybody ain't gonna get with you. Come on, somebody. You killed your anointing. You're dead. You've died spiritually. This is why you can't get into worship service anymore. This is why you've gotten out of the choir. This is why you stopped ushering on the usher board. This is why you stopped cooking for the church. This is why you stopped participating in church events. This is why you don't preach no more. I wish I had a witness in here. Because you died spiritually. Sitting in the church, worrying about other folk. And you sit up and die. We have to stop blaming others for things we don't do in church no more. I heard somebody say that when you point your finger at somebody, one of your fingers is pointing at them, but three of your fingers is pointing at you. I preached a sermon, and it was entitled, "It Might Be You." You keep blaming the other person for your bad marriage. Somebody tip their glasses and say, "It might be you."
Come on. All right now.
You got to get yourself together. Arise from the dead. Just like Lazarus. You've been dead long enough. And now it's time to come forth. You may have grown weary in your work and in your labor for the Lord. You may have died out, but the Lord is telling you this day to come forth. Arise from being spiritually dormant and start being on fire again. Who cares if you're the only usher serving today? Come forth. Who cares if there's only two people left singing in what used to be a choir? Come forth. Who cares if people are sleeping on your sermon? Preach anyhow. Come forth. Get your butt up. Can I say that again? Get your butt up and get busy for the Lord. Did you hear what I said? Not for man, but for the Lord.
That's what it's all about.
Not for your pastor.
Right, that's right.
Not for your spouse.
That's it.
Not for your children.
That's right.
Not for your friends. And not for your enemies. But for the Lord.
Yes.
Your work and your labor is not for your fellow members. It's for the Lord. Get up. Come out of your death and rise. Come forth. Get busy. Build this church. Build your department. Build God's kingdom. You've been in a spiritual grave too long. Come forth. Get busy and get to work and serve the Lord with gladness. Stop complaining and come forth. Stop grumbling and come forth. Do the work. You see, I want to hear him say, well done.
Yeah, that's it.
I just want to hear Christ say, well done, thy good and faithful servant.
That's it.
So you may be dead on the inside today, but just like Lazarus, Christ is saying, come forth. Come out of your spiritual grave. Come out of your grave clothes. Shake death off of yourself and get busy in this church.
I know that's right.